Shark Week starts today, and we thought it might be a good idea to take a closer look at the rise in great white shark sightings we've had across San Diego's coastline in the past few years.
CBS 8's Brian White dives into the reasons why our area is becoming a favorite nursery site for juvenile white sharks.
Here in San Diego County, great white shark sightings are on the rise, especially the juveniles. So I talked to an expert to find out why.
White sharks were protected in California in 1994. So as a result, we're starting to see more sharks. The population is recovering, and that's a good sign.
Dr. Chris Lowe is a professor of marine biology and director of the Shark Lab at Cal State Long Beach. He says San Diego County is a new hotspot for white shark juveniles.
About 10 years ago, when we first started to see them pop up, they were primarily around Santa Monica Bay, Santa Barbara, Long Beach, Huntington Beach, and we had none off San Diego. And starting about 2 years ago, we started seeing juvenile white sharks down in San Diego County. And now that's one of our biggest hotspots.
Juvenile white sharks are typically between 4 and 9 feet long and up to 6 years old. And before maturing into adulthood, they seek out shallower waters where it's safer.
People don't often think of a 5-foot white shark as being afraid of anything, but they are. And we think the reason why they choose shallow water along beaches is it's a safe place for them.
In shallower waters are also warmer waters with plenty of food sources for them, making San Diego a perfect place to hang out.
The number one thing we find in juvenile white shark stomachs are stingrays. And we have hundreds of thousands of those along our coast.
The big question is, how safe is it to be in the water with some of these white sharks around?
There is a relatively low risk of people being injured by those juvenile white sharks.
Dr. Lowe and his team have been tagging juvenile white sharks with acoustic transmitters for the past 10 years. They've been compiling observations from their drone program to see how white sharks interact in close proximity to humans.
They treat people like flotsam, just floating objects on the surface. But the sharks are down below. Quite often they cannot see the sharks that swim underneath them because the visibility is not good.
Legislative protections for white sharks are not the only reason for their population resurgence. It's also the recovery of their food sources.
These are all great signs of California's impressive conservation efforts to bring some of these populations back.
In San Diego County, I'm Brian White for CBS 8.